coolish outside. It says it's sunny, but it's not at the moment. Maybe it will be later. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. You're very tilted today. It's because you just fell over. Sorry about that. Cheers. Oh, yesterday was stressful because the guys were here all day outside. The dogs were running in and out. I don't even want to tell you about the mud situation, but the house looks good and the gutters are clean. We're supposed to have 1.5 inches of sleet tomorrow, so I don't know how. We're supposed to have her a rehab tomorrow. I don't know how that's going to work out. We'll see. But I guess it's supposed to be a pretty nice day. I'm going to try to take some video of Maisie while she's walking today. So we have some before footage because tomorrow is, tomorrow she's supposed to be groomed, but tomorrow is going to be 1.5 inches of sleet. So I don't know how that's going to work. Oh dear. Because she really needs it. And I really need her to be dealt with. It's part of my stress is her being so tangly, and you know, Dennis laughs and says she's teeth felting herself, but you know, she's itchy. So she'll be more comfortable, although she'll be chilly. So when we go on our walk today, I'll get some good footage, I hope. And there you go. We'll see what happens. Some befores, because Saturday you'll see the after. I hope it all works out. My plan today is to just knit. I worked on my Tess yesterday, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. I needed just, you know, comfort knitting, and that is perfect comfort knitting for me, so that worked out great. I've decided to take Patty and Joanne's advice, and maybe it was Sharon. Sorry. Sharon's advice. Sharon and Patty. Now I don't know. Damn. I have a terrible memory. I'm so sorry. To stop with the I-cord bind off. I'm not going to be happy with it. I showed you that first cowl I made, that green cowl with that really drapey yarn that had the stiff bind off, and I was unhappy with it, or the cast on, whichever, and I was unhappy with it. And I don't want to be unhappy with this. I just don't like the stiff edges with the drapey in the middle. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to take that out. I've done about 9 inches of the I-cord, easy enough to take out, and do a stretchy bind off. Now I don't know which one I'm going to do. I think there's one where you do knit 2 togethers, and I'll need to look that up. I think Very Pink Knits has a thing about that for a really stretchy bind off. I usually just do a very, very loose normal bind off, and that works also. So I might do that too. But I think I'll go with the one that's designed to be really stretchy. I don't really mind, you know, I'm not really worried about the look of it. I don't want it to be like ruffly, because sometimes when you do too stretchy of a bind off, it ends up kind of ruffly. I don't necessarily want it to be ruffly, but I don't think that's a big deal. You know, I don't really care about the front and the back of a bind off. Doesn't really normally even register with me, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And I don't think it'll be quite the slog that the I-cord would be. But the most important thing is to be happy with it when I'm done, and that's what I'm going for right at the moment. So I think I'm going to do that. Whether I do it today or not, I don't know. Today might be a day to continue just for comfort knitting, and I still have plenty of knitting on my Tess shawl. Test D'Urbervilles. K's Test D'Urbervilles. Yeah. I'm still in a bit of a mood, and so I need to work on that a little bit. Maybe do some stuff around the house that'll make me feel better. It's still going to be muddy today. They power wash the house, so there's water all around the house. So they're still going to track in mud, but I may just vacuum anyway, or ask Dennis to vacuum, and try to deal with the mud we got yesterday, which was a ton, because the dogs were in and out. It was really kind of a stressful day, because they were literally here all day. They were here from 8:30 to 5:30. So my puppies, those guys were here all day. So today I'm just going to work on staying calm and, probably try to stay off my phone as much as I can and just work on my knitting, and maybe I'll just binge watch knitting podcasts and watercolor podcasts. Those do not bother Dennis. He'll sit here with his phone while I have them on. He doesn't care. It's other things he doesn't want to see. I watched a couple movies last night. I watched the girl with the dragon tattoo. But it was the American one with Daniel Craig, and I watched another movie I hadn't seen before on Netflix. Oh, I just changed my Netflix. I saw that Netflix went out, the price went up. I'm like, I have a DVD. I have a DVD. I still have the one DVD package from Netflix. I've had the same DVD for 8 years or however long. It was like the second disc of Outlander, when you couldn't get Outlander anyway except by DVD. That's how long I've had it. In fact, a year ago, they sent me a thing saying, we'll forgive you your DVD. Don't worry if you've lost it. Don't worry about it. Just keep, we'll start fresh and we won't charge you for it. But I didn't reply to that, and my guess is they're going to charge me for it since I changed. But still, I think they're going to charge me $14 for it, but I'm paying $14 to have the DVDs. So I'll come out way ahead anyway. So I cut way back to the minimum, because we just have the one TV that we watch Netflix on. It's not like it's going to multiple TVs and multiple people watching it at the same time. I'm going to the single user package, because we never have two Netflix going on at the same time in this house. We only have one television. That's unusual in this day and age, I know, but we only have one television in the middle of the living room. No television in the bedroom. The guest rooms don't have television. So, anyway, that was my money-saving thing I did yesterday, was cut back on my Netflix. I watch some Netflix, and I watch YouTube on my television. I watch very little regular TV, but we only have the most basic package. I talked to you about that during the Olympics, because we just cut way back. There was a time when we were just spending a fortune between our internet and our television. It was crazy. So we cut way back, and Dennis would just as soon not have a television at all. Although he does like to watch The End of Civilization, which I've talked to you about before. And we are expecting a new one in the not too distant future. He's put the audio podcast up for it, and it's about a civilization in India, an ancient civilization in India that neither of us had ever heard of. And Dennis is kind of a history buff, so he's excited. But that won't be for a while. But that's it. We watch that. And he's been watching cooking videos from YouTube. So anyway, our TV is off most of the time. Although, yeah, I maybe today I'll binge watch some knitting podcasts or watercolors, stitchers, whatever I need. I need to work on my mental health, and so which might mean that I'm dusting as well. So what's today? The 24th. I got a package in the mail yesterday. I'm like, It's too early for my spindles to be here. It was my COVID tests. We ordered COVID tests, so we finally got them. But we ordered them over a month ago, 6 weeks ago, whenever they, you know. Luckily, we haven't been feeling sick and feeling the need to verify whether or not we have COVID. So, knock on wood, we haven't needed them. All right, I'm starting to ramble now. Anyway, my spindles will be here in a couple of days, but probably not today. Probably not today. So I'm puttering and working on my mental health. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm sorry to be so low energy. It's how it is. Sometimes that's how it is. I hope it doesn't affect your mood. I hope you're feeling perky. I really do. I hope you're feeling well and taking good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.